Hello, fellow figure skating fans. It's Justin here again, aka Justin Lambchop on Twitter, back to make a blog video covering the 2015 Cup of China, the third Grand Prix event of this series. Now, before I get speaking about the skating, I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Jason Carberry. Hey, Jason. He is an awesome guy from Detroit, is a Detroit native and lover, and he is a super fashionable guy. And I just wanted to say, Jason, that I see everything you're up to daily, and it looks like you're doing great things with your professional life. Keep up the great work, and I'm rooting for you. All right, so I just wanted to preface this video by saying that it will be a very quick and informal video because my sleeping schedule was totally thrown off this weekend because I tried to stay up late live tweeting with everybody. And then I had plans this weekend, so I almost didn't make this video, but I'm excited to at least cover the ladies and the men's. I didn't even have time to watch ladies or pairs or dance or even look at those results. So I'll have to write my views down in a blog post after I catch those programs. So let's start off with the ladies discipline, where most people were excited about the competitive return of Asada from Japan. And I don't think she disappointed at all because she went home with the gold medal. So let's talk about her performances. Her short program really shined. I actually like the fun and upbeat nature of that program. It was nice to see a lighter side of her skating. I love the dress. Technically, she was very good. Her triple axel in the beginning of the program was wow, fully rotated, positive grades of execution marks from all the judges. It was kind of a great way for her to open her short program. The only critique I have of Asada is that I think she should give more facial expressions. Her face is kind of like a blank canvas sometimes with a blank expression, which is unfortunate because the rest of her body is great, like smooth movements over the ice, like nice arm movements, like nothing is overdone, like amazing basic skating skills. And apparently the lack of facial expression isn't really hurting her competitively because her program component marks are still in the low to mid nines. So if she could just fix that in the future, maybe we can see some tens by Worlds or the Grand Prix final. Her program, even though she ended up in first place after the short with a score of 71 points, she did have some technical errors. So she went for the triple flip, triple loop combination, and the triple loop was called under rotated. Then I think there was an edge call on her triple Lutz. Let me take a look at the protocol really quickly. Yeah, edge call on the Lutz. So not perfect, but the fact that she made those two errors and still scored a score of 71 tells a lot. So that means if that program was skated perfectly, her score would probably be like 75 plus, which would blow everyone else out of the park. So it's great to see her back. And then her long program, I also enjoyed. I think I just like Asada of Madame Butterfly. Beautiful dress. Really, really beautiful. Love the color, love the cut. Very lyrical skating. Triple axel again, no problem in the beginning of that program. However, she made a lot of little technical errors throughout that free skate. Doubling some jumps, falling on a jump, getting the edge call. I think she got an edge call on like a double Lutz. So a lot of things to work out to the point where she was actually third in the free skate. So behind Rika Hongo and then Elena Radionova, which was shocking, but she had a big enough cushion after the short program to still take home the gold medal. Now, is this something that we all should be worried about? Probably not. It's her first time back in a competitive arena in a year and a half, if not more. So we can expect her to just keep improving over the season. I don't doubt that she will bring her A game at Worlds. Let's see here. What else about Asada? Yeah, I mean, you guys let me know. Weren't you all excited to see her back? Skating skills, program component marks, super high. And speaking of which, for her free program, I actually thought her program component marks were too high. Let me know if y'all disagree with me, but when you make that many errors, like doubling jumps and falling and popping jumps and getting edge calls, I don't think you should be receiving low nines in your program component marks, especially for performance execution. I would understand if they were low eights, mid eights, but they were her program component marks for that free skate were in the low nines to mid nines. Um, I don't agree with that because she made so many technical errors. But hey, I'm not going to fuss about it. Now, moving on to the winner of the silver medal, Rika Hongo, also from Japan. I actually think that she stole the show. When I think of 2015 Cup of China ladies disciplines, I think of how much Rika Hongo has improved in my eyes and how well she skated. And I think she only lost the gold medal by just 2 points. So if Mao Asada, if she was judged appropriately in my mind with her program component marks for the free program, maybe Rika Hongo could have won here. Who knows? But Rika Hongo came out with two very solid performances. I think her short program was technically perfect. The good thing to note about Rika Hongo is that when you look at the protocols for a short and long program, there are zero under rotation calls. So that means no carrots behind any of the triple jumps, which is great. She is very consistent, very reliable, and she's getting better and better with each outing that I see her in. Because in the beginning of last season, I wasn't a fan of hers at all. I think she won the Cup of Russia by chance because it was a relatively weak ladies field, and even though she won with a lower score compared to other skaters in different competitions. She barely qualified for the Grand Prix final. Actually, I think she was the first alternate, and she ended up going after Gracie Gold withdrew, and she placed last there. But what she has going for her is that she's so consistent from competition to competition that her program component marks are just going to go up naturally from the judges. She's building a reputation and doing a very good job. I'd say the highlight for her at this competition was her river dance long program. I was so surprised. Her outfits were really nice too. I never thought I would see Rika Hongo perform as much as she did. She got really into the music. I loved the step sequence and the footwork, and the jumps were all good. She gives more face, I think, than Mao Asada. So I was very into her river dance free skate, and I don't know what else to say. She's technically sound. She's getting higher program component marks. Thankfully, still lower than Ashley Wagner's. But I'm excited to see her improve throughout the season. In fact, I actually think she's more reliable of a Japanese skater than Satoko Miyahara. So we'll have to see how things kind of play out later in this season. Maybe Rika Hongo will be the silver medalist at Japanese Nationals. You never know. But I'm so glad that she's working with Akiko Suzuki on her choreography. I can definitely see a difference and an improvement. So that was my moment of the competition. So let's talk about some of the other skaters. The winner of the bronze medal was Elena Radionova from Russia, who barely beat out Anna Pogorilaya. So I'm kind of talk about the two Russian girls together, just because Elena barely won the bronze medal over Anna. They both made errors, both in the short and long program, and that was kind of surprising because I'd say last season those two kind of made a really strong statement for themselves on the competitive ranks, at least early in the season. Anna Pogorilaya didn't end up doing so well later on, but Elena was consistent and ended up winning the world's bronze medal. Yeah, so Elena is very beautiful. I love the new packaging of her, like no tacky dresses. She's taller, and her skating still needs some refinement. I think what's good is that she doesn't look like a junior physically anymore, but she has to start looking like a senior lady when she skates, and I'm not sure she does just yet. Her movements across the ice, basic skating skills, not up to par with Maozada, or Ashley Wagner. I'd say even the American ladies. She needs to work on that, and also her jumps may be slipping from her because I don't think her technique that she had last season is working for her with her new height now. So I don't know what the future holds for Elena this season, but by the looks of it to me from Cup of China, I don't think the other skaters should be worried about her easily running away with the title. Anna Pogorilaya, bless that girl. She just does not look like she enjoys skating. Took two horrible falls in the free program. Didn't skate a good short program either. I don't even remember what her programs were at this point. Everyone keeps saying she's beautiful. She should be a supermodel. Yeah, that's true. I'm wondering why she's still skating, and it's unfortunate because she physically has a great body on the ice. Like she's tall, long legs. You know, I like the lines in her skating, but oof, girl, you she doesn't give face. You know, she always looks like she's angry. And then she's not the most graceful on the ice. And then when you don't land your jumps, there's a problem. And it's unfortunate because when she does land her jumps, they're really they're sound, you know. But I'm sorry, you can't be having some hard falls the way she did. So we'll have to see what Russian Nationals looks like this year. It should be really interesting with how we saw Elena and Anna this weekend at Cup of China. And then the winner of Skate America, Evgenia, ooh, I can't say her last name, Medvedeva? Yeah, so we'll have to see how everyone compares to Elizaveta Tuktamisheva at Nationals for Russia. That should be interesting. Okay, let's discuss some of the American girls. No one really standing out or making a splash per se at this competition like I had hoped. Courtney Hicks ended up being third after the short program, surprisingly, because of the many mistakes made by other women, and unfortunately did not live up to the moment for her free skate. Was in third and just ended up making far too many mistakes, popping jumps. I would really like to see her consistently land her triple flip, triple toe combination. You make mistakes, minor mistakes on other jumps, I understand that, but she needs to have a money element that scores big, and it doesn't seem like she can always land a triple flip, triple toe, short or long program. We did not see it here. So she should work on being able to kind of control the timing of her takeoffs. I'm not sure if it's like nerves or excitement from competition that's making her have issues with landing them. But she's such a technically strong skater that I don't think she should have this issue. Karen Chen, still on her first season on the Grand Prix circuit with some errors. Hopefully, she gets more comfortable later on the season. Um, I expect her to have a solid showing at Nationals, but yeah, we'll have to wait to see. Maybe next season she can make a splash on the international scene at her Grand Prix. And then congratulations to Hannah Miller with her senior Grand Prix debut. Not the exact showing that she would have wanted. I think she placed 10th out of 12. So hopefully she learns from this experience and can place better in 2 weeks. I think she'll be at the Cup of Russia. So good for them. Okay, let's discuss the men's. And I'm not going to lie, I don't remember everything about the men's competition. I do know that Javier Fernandez from Spain won the gold medal in style. First, after the short program and the free program. I really like his short program. Very mature, stylistic, clean, Spanish vibe. Very good. And landed a clean quad. Everything was nice. Brian Orser's doing a good job. I don't know what to say because he's just so good. Free program had, more small technical errors. That's kind of expected from Javier, though, this early in the Grand Prix season. So I'm not too worried about that. As I said before, he skated away with the gold medal. So not much else to say there. The person who did make a splash at this competition in the men's disciplines, though, was the silver medal winner from China, and let me like look up his name right now because I'm horrible with names. So it is Boyang Jin. So amazing, so amazing. He landed the quad Lutz triple toe cleanly in the short and long program. Oh my gosh, he had such a high technical score. I believe his score was just over 90 and about 2 or 3 points behind Javier Fernandez after the short program. And his short program was flawless technically. Skating skills are far inferior to Javier's, and actually inferior to a lot of the other competitors in the competition as well, if I'm being honest. He's younger, I believe he's like 18 years old, so he has time to develop his artistic side. It looks like his technique on all of his jumps are sound. Like he does not have to worry about technique. His long program, though, went for so many quads, so many triple jumps. Like, wow, he racked up the points like no other. The problem, though, was I think it's actually like endurance and conditioning. He ended up making a lot of super tiny errors, like a lot of step outs. Like, I think he got full rotations on most of his jumps, but just a lot of little step outs, especially towards the second half of the program. So that affected the grade of execution marks. But hey, he was still good enough to win the silver medal. But yeah, what he needs to do in the future is just keep landing all of these difficult jumps. And hopefully the artistic side will improve. I don't think it has time or room to improve this season. So I think that's maybe something he needs to look into with his coaching team for next season. So this season, he just needs to make a name for himself, which he already has. So continue to do so. Make a good impression at Worlds, potentially make the Grand Prix final, and he could be the leading Chinese man. I think that'd be pretty awesome for him. So now on to his teammate at Cup of China, Han Yan, who took home the bronze medal. He had a better skate here, I thought, than he did at Skate America. Still not perfect. You know, I think I've said this before. I think he has good technique when he lands his jumps. They're really on. It just looks like he has a lot of fluke mistakes. Like, I look at his skating and I feel like I know that he can do all of these difficult elements, but they're just slipping away from him. But I really like his long program. So, like I said before, I can't wait to see it perfectly clean at a competition, hopefully at Worlds. That would be great for him. Great for him. But yeah, we'll see. And then let's talk about Grant. Grant from Team USA, finishing in a really impressive fourth place here at Cup of China. I believe this is Grant's Grand Prix debut on the senior circuit, so congratulations, Grant. Not technically perfect in either short or long program, but he was able to rack up enough technical points in a relatively weak field to earn this fourth place finish. And what else helped him earn his fourth place finish here was the fact that he is such a beautiful skater. Oh my gosh. The way he carries himself throughout the ice, he's very artistic, has more beautiful lines than a lot of the guys in the competition, actually. I love his Les Mis long program. He's really feeling the music. Also, very much a lyrical skater. I'd say light years ahead of the silver medalist Chinese skater here. But very good for Grant. What he just needs to work on is getting his quad consistent, as he was struggling with both of his quads in the short and the long program. So hopefully he can get his quad toe cleanly rotated and, staying on his feet by nationals. I think that would put him in a really good position, especially after the short program. Because the men's field in the US, I don't even think the gold medal is secure. There can be a lot of movement from last season. And I think Grant is a good example of someone who's up and coming, who, if they perform well enough, can really burst onto the scene and, get a podium finish at nationals, especially with Josh Ferris out on injury And then you never know how consistent Jason and Max are going to be, and same with the other men, really. So I'm going to say I'm very impressed with Grant. So I'm so excited to see him skate some more in the near future. Ricky Dornbush, let's just mention, him because he's from Team USA, made a lot of errors as well. It's really unfortunate because many of us expect great things from him, with his early success earlier in his career with winning the silver medal at nationals. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to propel off of that win and make a name for himself on an international scene. Um, don't know what it is. Balancing school and work is really tough. In the short program, he ended up doing a waxel, so he pretty much did not get any rotation in the air. Just kind of took off on the forward edge and then splat, fell down right on the ice. I don't know what that was all about, but still making plenty of errors in the long program as well. I wish him the best in training and hope he can recoup for nationals. All right, so I think that's my whole recap on the ladies and men's. I did not get a chance at all to watch pairs or dance. I'm not even sure I know the results. I know that Maddie and Evan did not win. And then I think that Sway and Han also won the silver medal. So, some interesting things. Sounds like I missed a lot by not watching those two disciplines, but I'll be better next time. Maybe I won't be up live tweeting for an international event anymore. We'll see. But I actually thought it was fun live tweeting with everyone. So, again, if you made it to the end of this video and if you're on Twitter, thank you again, everybody, for watching the video, live tweeting with me this past weekend if you did. And I will see you all again next week for my recap on the Trophy Eric Bompard. Bye, everyone.